Today I'm here to show to the my app that is expense tracker system app. This is my login page. In this login page, I don't have any account yet, so I have to register first. Like for new registers have no account. Here I'm putting my some details like username, email ID, password, and confirmation of password to create a new account as a new user because I'm not registered right now. After registration, go back to the login page, then put these details, username and same password, and click on login button here. Yeah, now you can see login successful. After login, go back to the home page. There is my home page, and there is a menu button here. Two menus are settings and logout. If we go to the settings, we can change modes like dark mode. There is This is my dark mode of my app. You can saw that this is the dark mode, and there is another button of logout button. With the help of logout, I can easily log out the app. This is my home page. In home page having three buttons like expense, add expense, expense history, and analytics. After go to add expense, we can give expense title, add amount, and also select the category. In this we also select the location. After that we can save the expenses. Here I'm putting expense title as grocery bill, like you can put it according to your choice, and amount 65.99 pounds. After that we can check our expense history. We can see the total amount here and save the expenses. After that we can check our analytics, where we can see our total expenses and average expenses. We can see a chart of expenses here. After go to the home page again, and we can add our new expenses. Here I can add new expense like dinner and amount of my dinner. I put title dinner and amount is 149.88 pounds. Yeah, and I categorize in food. I'm mentioning location here also. This is, and after going to the analytics, we can saw the chart again. Now chart is changed now, as you can saw in the screen. After that, go to the expense history. Again, like another demo is here for you. Now I'm putting title as movie, and also put the amount of my expense, that is 23.99 pounds, and it's for categorized as entertainment. In this showing the analytics and showing the chart. Now chart is again changed. In this I'm showing to the little bit code also in little bit detail. This database is named as expense tracker and using SQLite database. This one, you can saw my code here. After that I'm showing you the again dark mode of my app. That is my preference. Yeah, my total expenses are to, yeah. After that I'm log out the app, and that's it about all about my app. Thank you. Now I'm presenting my mobile app, that is Personal Expense Tracker, PET. In here, I am to give a brief introduction about my app. Personal Expense Tracker (PET) is a stand-alone Android application to help resolve crucial optimization issues in the modern economy of financial management. So the software integrates all the key functions such as secure user authentication, smart expense classifications, locations tracking, that is called GPS enable, and advanced analytics with the help of interactive charts. The app was created in Java programming languages and using Android Studio, integrated development environment, and implement SQLite with local data. And moreover, it having Google Maps API to perform location services and material design components to provide a friendly user interface and shows the ability to learn contemporary method regarding app development. Now, in next slide, I am going to explain use case diagram. As you can saw use case diagram chart here in my PPT. The use case diagram is the description of an advanced expense tracking ecosystem which features specific actor relationships and functional engagements. User interacts with authentication procedures such as registration, logging out, and full management of expenses like add, view, delete, filter, and advanced analytics compatibilities. Moreover, the location service actor allows GPS functions. We can add locations here and geolocations labeling. The system design allow management to preferences such as customization of themes like dark mode and light mode. Here, now in next slide, I'm going to explain class diagrams. Well, class diagram explain the strong object-oriented design framework that is based on established architectural patterns. One of them are database helper and user DAO and expense DAO. Objects user use the data as object patterns to deal with data efficiently. Most important design patterns are expense repository as a singleton to provide centralized data storage, expense factory with the factory where objects are created under control, and theme manager that allows the consistent style of the UI. A clear division between presentation, business logic, and data layers is observed as MVC based architecture aims to provide scalability and code maintainability. In this slide, having different design patterns, as you can saw in the slide, that have different design like welcome new users and add new expense and person expense tracker logins there, and also having their code screenshots I'm attaching in this slide. As you can see, the project result of the application of server design pattern to infuse architectural robustness and maintainability. The repository patterns abstract operations of a data layer in a way that simplifies interfaces but the facilitates solution testing and like easy migration to other data layers implementations in the future. The use of the singleton of is expense repository and theme management uses like that is ensure the management of a single copy of resources and maintenance of one theme state in different activities. The factory pattern is expense factory allows controlled object creation regarding category specific creation, and that is done by supporting the using the open and close principle and ensuring the clean separation of concerns in the entire application design. That's all in this. And the next slide having sequence diagram in diagrams. As you can watch in this slide, there is a user add expense activities, location helper, expense factory, expense repository, expense DAO, and database, and having their different including this kind of sequences. The sequence diagram shows the entire use case of ad expense, which shows the advanced component interaction and responsibility division. The usage progress is as follows: the start of interactions with user interface through input validation, location services implemented through location helper, and object creation using expense factory. The process is rounded off with the repository pattern data manipulation and expense DAO data storing procedures. This will organize a scheme present that correct error handling and information validation, clean code structure, and explain how design patterns lead to an efficient and maintainable application design. Now, in next slide, I'm going to explain user interface diagrams. As you can see in the screen, is having different user interface diagrams. like login screen, main dashboard, add expense, analytics, register, and expense history, and moreover settings. Well, the UI design shows a complex mobile program interface design on the basis of material design and the convenience of navigation architecture. User will start with a secure authentication menu that is centralized dashboard that act as a central navigation point. The interface also enable all the expense management process to be used, such as expense creation with location services, history, visualizations, and inside with interactive charts with the Android style guidelines of forward and backward navigation, viewing consistency by using spaces, card like framework, and accessibility to all the users, and the user chooses the path in the application. Next slide, having unit tests. This is the most important slide. In this, like having different unit testers, and we can and having analytics, the chart. The testing plans in compare approach of testing all the key application functionalities by test case drafting. Test priority is given to the authentication processes, operations with expense and data persistence are at high priority. Location services, analytics display and filtering are tested with the medium priority. And moreover, framework will be based at JUnit unit testing using mock objects when working with the database and Espresso to test the user interface with automated testing and the monitoring of large data. More and security testing is also helpful with make sure that data is encrypted and encryption and user verification take place, whereas the integration test it verifies component interaction with the applicative architectures. Um, in last second slide, I'm going to explain crucial evaluation that is very important to understand. Like personal expense tracker has a proved to have good technical implementation based on the effective incorporation of the use of design patterns as well as the implement of the Android SDK to meet the fundamental financial tracking needs. The critical assessment points out several questions. So shortcomings such as lack of security because of use of unencrypted authentication, dependence of GPS even in the indoors, and poor depth in terms of analytics features beyond categories distribution performance. Issues become apparent when dealing with large data sets or there is no implementation like nations of available lack of features. Although does not support all the ideas of mobile development, it is a strong example of presentation of the principles of mobile development and concepts of software engineering. In last, so overall, with the effective combination of variety of technology and design pattern, personal expense tracker project is effective in demonstrating the development of a complete Android application. It's realizing that it's demolishing the proficiency in SQLite databases, Google Maps API, and MP Android charts, representation and material design, repository factory, singletons, and MVC patterns, and strategically used to construct with the well-designed, maintainable code based on the core concept of software engineering. Although the current implementation can offer stable functionality, additionally, like have security measures inside with the help of machine learning and better accessibility options in the future without significant like architectural shifts, and in the last having some references. That's all. Thank you.